This is a black walnut tree. It's native here in Pennsylvania. It's a valuable hardwood tree. Its lumber is rot resistant. It's used for a lot of things. If it grows in the woods, it grows straight up. Here in the yard, it kind of spreads out some, forms a shade tree. It produces a lot of walnuts. I'll walk up here a little closer so you can see some of them. I don't know how many you would get off of this tree if you picked them all. We pick as many as we want, and there's always more for the squirrels. So I don't know exactly how many, but lots and lots of walnuts come off of this tree. They're different than the English walnuts. They taste a little stronger. I think they're better. They make really good chocolate chip cookies and brownies and things. They're actually pretty expensive if you try to buy them. Usually you have to use a special type of nut cracker to crack them. I have one of those. Or you can just hit them with a rock or with a hammer or whatever. But it produces lots of nuts. They're useful, good for baking, good for eating. When I was a kid, I used to eat them all the time. I still eat them every once in a while. The black walnut makes a nice tree for your yard, but one of the things you have to watch is you don't want to put it next to other fruit trees or too close to your garden when you're planting it, because it basically puts out an herbicide through its roots about 50 feet, up to 50 feet or so out from the trunk with a big tree like this, and it will basically kill or kind of stunt the growth of certain plants. Not all of them, but some of them. So if you're going to plant one in your yard, you might want to check what you're planting it by to make sure you're not inadvertently killing off some of your other plants. All right, but that's the one drawback to them. It's called juglone. It's an herbicide, and it will kill things, and it's kind of a problem if you have it too close to the garden or whatever. So again, to kind of sum it up, this is an American black walnut. It's a native tree here in the Northeast US. Gives you a lot of tasty walnuts. You don't have to do any type of spraying or anything with this type of tree. Has pretty much nothing will bother it, and if there is something that bothers it, like every once in a while some caterpillars will eat some of the leaves, the trees are just so big you won't even notice the difference. You still get tons of nuts. The one drawback to it is it does put out an herbicide that will kill other plants, so you got to watch that. Make sure you're not planting it next to your prize cherry tree or something. But it's easy to grow. They grow real rapidly. They're easy to start just from the nuts. I always have little black walnut trees growing all over the place around here. I have a couple growing by the garden. I'm going to transplant them. But it's a nice tree. Gives a lot of nice shade. Gives a lot of nice walnuts. Very easy to take care of. You don't have to do anything. And could be a nice choice for your yard.